clearly cheated.
Alright, are we good? Are we good? Alright.
It's a little, yeah.
Timer on.
So, hi, I'm Joseph Lolli. Thank you for coming. Now, have you ever wished you could just get all your shopping done and have it just kind of be at your house, not actually have to go out and get it? Have you ever seen a sci-fi show where they walk into the kitchen, they just say what kind of food they want, and it just appears in front of them? That sort of technology is not really that far from our future, thanks to 3D printing. It's a massive growing industry, which took a little while to get taken off, but things like medical purposes, construction even, items, and food are things they are currently working on. So, today we're going to talk about how it was made, who made it, what we're doing with it today, and what the future might look like. Also, has anyone in here ever had a cast?
Yes.
Or known someone with cast, the big, heavy, itchy, hard to clean, not very fun things? Which one of those looks a little more comfortable to you?
The bottom one.
Yeah, 3D printing. Good stuff. So let's get started. Now, due to an interview by CNN, they got Chuck Hull in. He is the inventor. He actually created this technology in 1983 using acrylic liquids and UV lights that would solidify them. It's called stereolithography. His company gave him his own little practice lab to work on in his free time, where he came up with the idea of 3D printing by doing what they already do to make tough surfaces and stacking it on top of each other. Now that was 30 years ago. The reason why it's taken so long to catch up is because the acrylic bases weren't very sharp on their cuts, so everything was just very kind of blobby. And everything they did make was pretty brittle. So now we're actually using things like hard plastics, metal, and even chocolate to create things. Now, we're talking about what we're doing with it today. All right, there is a journalist by the name of Helmer Lemestre. Now, he's a Dutch journalist who is one of the most popular guys going around learning about what people are doing with 3D printing. In China, he reported they're actually building houses in China. Entire houses being built by making basically Lego pieces and putting them together on site. Another thing is they've been working on the Sagrada Familiar in Barcelona since the 1800s. Still not done yet. It's got more construction done in the last 10 years since they've started using 3D printing than it has in the last 50 years otherwise. Another thing is body parts such as kneecaps, hip replacements, and even your entire skull can be replaced today using 3D printed technology. Prosthetic arms. This kid's arm was actually designed to go with his musculature, so you can actually open and close that, and he has no hand. Another thing they're doing is surgeons are making 3D printed versions of your body they're going to be working on before doing actual surgery to get practice on the exact situation that you're in. Now, their journalist, the Dutchman, also went to Africa, where they have the Wakati 1 being put out. According to him, 45% of all produce made in Africa doesn't even make it to the markets because it dies due to the temperatures. So what this is, it's a 3D printed tent using solar powers that can refrigerate up to 200 kilograms of food and easily taken down and moved and transported to help with the famine issues out there. Another thing is prototypes. To be able to make a prototype for an item, you have to make the mold, have it shipped to you. It's a very long, expensive process. For about $1,000, you need your own 3D printer and print it at home, and then bring it into the board meeting and toss out your idea. Now, the future is what we're always looking towards. Boeing is working on making 3D printed airplanes, starting with individual pieces, and again, like Legos, put it together. The Army is working on biological organs. If anyone knows anyone who's ever had an organ transplant, they have to keep their immune system suppressed in order to continue to function, or the body rejects it. They're trying to make it so that they take your own DNA and make organs, so your body will keep them without having to go through the other hassles. Space settlement, something that we've all been talking about because of the Mars 1 mission. Well, instead of shipping parts out there, they're going to use the materials already there mixed with compounds from here to be able to build structures on other planets. Shopping. Imagine just buying it online, getting the rights, and printing it right there in your house. Well, that's not that far-fetched of an idea, considering people are actually already doing that. Cooking food. You won't have to do it anymore. Just prints onto itself, and it's completed. Along with making your own designs and ideas, then you can lease them out online, other people can purchase them and print it out at home. This is going to take away having to go out to the store in general for a lot of people. So we went over a lot of stuff very quickly. We went over who invented it and how it became, what we're doing with it now, and some things to look forward to the future. When you think about the technology that we're running with at the moment, and what this technology just by itself can promise us in the future, it's kind of an exciting time to be in. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much.